Welcome, guys, to another episode where I talk about stories of my past. And today I'm going to talk about my very bad, complicated relationship with hot liquids or liquids in general. Now, you might be thinking, relationship with hot liquids? What are you, a maniac? What are you, a patient from mental hospital? And to that, I'm going to answer no, I'm not a patient or a maniac or a psycho. I'm just going to say that it's not like a that kind of relationship. It's like an experience that I have with hot liquids, and there are quite a few. So I'm going to start with the first ever when I was 3 to 4 years old. Yep, that far. So some relatives came to my home, and my family and the relatives went for shopping. We shopped for clothes, footwear, whatever. I don't really care. We came home, and it's like 12 in the night, and my father asked, well, it's basically midnight, and I want to drink some tea. Now, my father was a great tea lover. He likes tea. So he asked my mom, can you make us some tea? And all the relatives said, yeah, okay. All the relatives said, yeah, we want some tea too. And my mom said, yeah, I'll bring you. So there are totally seven people with my father included and my mother included. And so there were like 7 cups of tea she had to make. So we went to the kitchen trying to make tea. Not trying to make tea, making the tea. Well, I was having a master plan in my head. I was there trying to irritate everyone in that room. That was my sole purpose. So I started irritating with my father and ended up with my sisters, with the relatives included. And they were not that irritated. They took it as a fun kid thing, and I hated it. So I went to the kitchen and started irritating my mother. By that time, she had completed making tea and she put it on a tray. But she was cleaning up some other things that she forgot to do before going to shopping. So she put the tea on the tray, 7 glasses, and she was cleaning some stuff, organizing everything. And I was there punching her in the hand, trying to bite it, trying to irritate her. And she pushed me back and said, go play with your sisters, go play with your father, don't irritate me. How did she know that? But I wanted the same thing too. But she pushed me away. She said, she called my sister and said, take him away. And she didn't really care. She was, I don't know, watching TV or something. So I was there looking for the most important things, because at that time I thought, if someone takes really important care of something, I have to mess with that. So at that time she was really taking care of the hot liquids, the tea. So as naturally I pulled the tray, and she was thinking that I dropped some glasses off the shelf. She was not thinking that I dropped the tea. So she was like, oh, don't, did you hurt yourself? No, go to father. And she was like, why are you being a mess? Go to your father. What, did you hurt yourself? She didn't know that I have boiling hot liquid on my waist. I was crying there, and she turned her head and saw me crying right on the floor with hot liquid on my stomach, on my waist area. My father came running to the kitchen, took me to hospital and treated me. And I came home with with a cotton band. Thankfully that the hot liquids weren't that hot, so the damage wasn't that bad. I didn't really hurt myself that much. But for a kid like me, it's very hurting. Not for my father. He looks things at very statistically. So he was like, don't worry, it'll go off in 3 or 4 weeks. So he applied some ointment or whatever, some cream, and then he covered it with some bandages and cottons. And I came home basically with a swimming pool donut. I don't know what to call that. I don't really remember. So it's like a thing around my waist, surrounding my body. So my mom sees that. She's really angry first. She was like angry when I was first poured my liquids on myself. She was like scolding me, why did you go near that? Why did you go near that? And when I came back from the hospital, she was crying. So what you might be thinking, oh well, that's not natural, but it's still not that bad to be considered as a complicated relationship or experience with a hot liquid. Well, dear viewer, I have quite a few. So and I'm not really going to tell you every experience I had because there are a lot. So I'm gonna tell you the recent one or the thing that happened the last. So I'm waiting for my next one because it's been a lot of years since the last one happened. The next one was the last one that happened to me when I was at 14 years old. Basically and surprisingly, the same situation. Me and my family and my grandmother's family, my mom's family, I don't know. We all went to shopping, came back, and my uncle and my dad both are tea lovers. They asked for tea, and my mom and my aunt, yeah, my mom and my aunt brought tea, and I was not on a mission to irritate everyone because I was 14 and a little level-headed. So I sat at the corner, just making jokes and having fun with my family. My mom brought the tea, and I was holding it in my hand. Now, ever since that first incident happened, my mom was being really careful with me whenever I'm near hot liquids. I might be a foot distance, not really. I might be a 10-foot distance from a hot glass of water or hot glass of liquid, and my mom warns me, don't go near that glass. All right, she sees it some kind of Darth Vader Star Wars thingy. So I'm gonna be like, Mom, that's 10 foot long. Even if I fall dramatically over that side, it's still not going to fall upon me. Please, come on. And she's gonna be like, I don't trust you. She looked me dead in the eye and said, I don't trust you. So ever since that incident, she's been really careful with hot liquids. And this is the first time when she brought a hot liquid directly to me. Ever since that incident, if she makes me tea or milk, which is hot, if she's bringing it to me, she's gonna boil the tea, pour it into a glass, put it on the dining table for 10 minutes, and when it's mildly hot, she's gonna give it to me. That's like a tradition going on with me and my mother. So this was the first time she gave me the liquid right off the stove, and I made her regret that decision. I was holding it with two of my hands. For a tiny glass, I was holding it with my two of my huge arms. And she looked at me. This is the first time I ever gave it to you, and this is not like a intentional thing. I gave it to you accidentally. I didn't really think about it. So please be careful with it. And I'm gonna be like, Mom, that was like 14 years ago, and that was like 10 years ago. I'm like 14 years now. Why are you being that bad at that? You trust me? And she's like, again, said to me, it's not like that I don't trust you. It's like in I don't trust your reflexes. They're not really that great. In turn, I don't trust you. And that I'm like, that's a bad way of telling that you don't trust me. That's like worse than directly telling to me. And I looked back at the glass and I didn't find it. And I looked down and it's on my waist again. I lost senses for some reason. She's like really shocked again, and she's like, I know you're gonna fall it. But since I'm 14 years old and my mind is like grown up, I know I'm still dumb, but I'm a little bit better from 4 years old. So I immediately um, took off all my clothes to so that the liquid won't touch my skin. So, and I ran to a room. I took off all my clothes, and I said I'm fine, and they all calmed down. Not by my words. After I said them, and I came outside and showed them. So I removed my clothes. I took off my clothes. I wear new ones, and I came outside, and that's when they all calmed. Not by my words for some reason. So that's the most recent one. or the last one, I hope. And it's been like a few years since that happened, so I'm really waiting for the next one to happen, because they seem to happen very regularly. So yeah, I have to have to see for that next one. Now you might be thinking, why is that a complicated relationship or an experience? Because I went because there's some other part of me that likes hot liquids for some reason. There's like two parts in me. One that is fear of the hot liquids because they hurt me, and one that is in love with hot liquids because they hurt me. Yes, they both are the same reason. And you might be thinking, fear of hot liquids, that's a good thing because they hurt you, but fear love of hot liquids because they hurt you, you are definitely a patient from mental hospital. I'm going to call to that hospital. Please don't. I'm going to explain that very briefly, okay? I don't have the time for it. So when I drink hot tea, because whenever I'm in like cold temperatures, drinking hot liquid soothes me down. It's like calms me down. Or whenever I'm in like very drizzled state, or when I'm dizzy, if I drink hot liquid, either water, milk, tea, coffee, I feel relieved. So some part of me loves it because I feel relieved, but that still doesn't explain why I love it, because I get hurt. Because whenever I drink hot liquid, my tongue gets hurt. And for some reason, I don't know why on earth this happens, that relieves me. That is the part which relieves me from stress and dizziness. So, yeah, not really the thing that I like it, but a thing that is definitely unique to me. I don't think there's ever been a person who likes something because it hurts him or her. So yeah, that's basically it. I kind of like surprised of how I made a video about a school play and immediately switched to a very psychological video where I talk about hot liquids and why I love them of making because they hurt me. I know it's weird, but that's something I hold up. Let's switch the concept, okay? That's why basically whenever I'm near a hot liquid, some part of me tells it's gonna hurt you, so go back and come back when it's mildly hot. And some part of me tells it gives you what is with my English? It gives you stress relief and dizziness relief. So go drink it when it's hot. So whenever I see that, it's a 50-50 thing that I do one of each. So it's a weird, unique, and the most disliked thing that I have about myself. But I have that, and I think explaining it on YouTube is just as weird, but bear me with it. I had been bearing it with for 14 years, so yeah, really feeling relief telling it about you of how hot liquids relieve me. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I made you all confused about by listening to this video, or I'm pretty sure I made all your days worse by making you watch this video. So consider subscribing to make your day worse if that's something you seek for some reason. And this is the first time I said subscribe. I may have said in the last videos, but I don't know if I cut that or did not really say it, but I'm thinking this is my first time ever saying subscribe, so subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Also, the thing that is going on in the background for 14 minutes is the survival world that I'm playing. So basically I wanted to make a let's play survival series, but I'm really bad at that. The only thing that I found to be good at is telling stories, dark and pathetic stories, to you guys. So I was like, let's just record a let's play video, not talking about that let's play video, but talking about something entirely random and different, and put that as a background thing. So basically the progress of my let's play series is gonna continue with the storytelling. So I have like two series combined into one, and yeah, that's something I came up with. It's a pretty bad idea, but bad ideas are something I'm known for. So if you're a fan of bad ideas, you know what? I already said subscribe like 5 times already. So for someone who's saying subscribe for the first time and saying it already like 10 times, and anyways, so have a nice day. Peace. Bye. See you next time. Till the next video. Whatever. See you guys next time. Click here or here. I don't know. I can't point. I'm not a face cam YouTuber. Click anywhere on the screen wherever the video appears, for my last video or the future video. If you're watching this after future video, you know what? Bye guys. I'll see you guys next time.